too.
Apparently, I have a
Hello,
section.
hello.
Apparently, I have a section for just top fans.
I'm probably a that's okay.
I didn't know what to call the uh, second part yet. It's right now.
That's okay.
It's just called the Questionable Disciples Part Two.
That's okay. That works. Oh, there's so many people even outside of the coffee stand. They walk here.
Oh damn.
Nope. This is crazy, guys. I don't even think that the Dutch Bros sticker date is this bad.
Wait a second.
I have a rubber duck now.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I heard it a little bit too. Oh yeah, don't mind the illegal blade in one of those pictures.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't. I. I'm not legally required to report anything by law, so it's okay.
One of them
I.
may or may not be illegal in some states.
All those knives look legal to me.
If they're closed, they're not legal for me.
If they're what?
The butterfly or the switchblade.
Oh, it's a switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's illegal here too.
Great job.
I think I have a butterfly knife too somewhere. Maybe. I have so many knives. They're just everywhere.
I'm gonna laugh if this game turns into the game that happens on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'd jive with that, though. I'd be fine with that. How does a normal week a little earlier on Wednesday?
Okay. Well, we're ready.
I'm I'm fine with it being Monday. I'm YOLOing it.
Turn that down a little.
Are we ready?
Turn that down a little. There we go. Don't mind me. Ooh. Okay. That's a little. I was adjusting my audio to make sure it wasn't actually peaking.
Gotcha.
So I feel bad for whoever is in the chat now, if anybody is.
I don't know. Hi, guys. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your host. Arguably, I'm not the host. However, I am the storyteller, so that's what.
You might want to close
Puzzle
that
sound.
water faucet.
Oh, I'm not the host. I'm the storyteller. And last time we had did something. We had spent the night at the church, and we had a good old fashioned friend have a nightmare because we've learned that there's a dream devourer in the area. Um, you were technically saved by your god and his adopted dad. Adopted in air quotations because nobody technically knows. The answer varies.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm pretty chill with both of them.
Yeah, I think you did well. I think you handled that great. Um, so you had your nightmare, Mr. Mevel, which was interrupted by technically the full poster god by the name Velvric the Mad King. He put you a little bit on edge, but he did eventually call for his son Hellsbane, and they kind of just walked you through, making sure that you were good and kept safe until the devourer stopped devouring dreams. um, that being said, in the process, the lovely Luna was kind of making friends with the people of They were starting to bake bread and make breakfasts and
Telling stories
overall
of me ripping people out of assassin vines.
they're fuzzy because these ones don't get much. So they're gonna ask all of the questions to those that can. I'm gonna see if this has strawberry in it, and if it does, I might die tonight. That's okay.
I don't like strawberries.
I'm some depending on their pesticides. It's like a 1 out of 10 chance that I'm allergic to whatever it is. However, I don't normally take that chance. I don't like it enough to risk it.
You're not that
That's fair.
risque.
Uh, you were making friends with the girls at the monastery. They were super excited to sit there and listen to your tales, and eventually, you guys wound up hearing, well, feeling more of anything. The fact that I'm pretty sure that purple lights are illegal, sir. You guys all of us started getting the feeling that there is something within the walls of the monastery. That being said, you were correct. You saw the flesh golem of mice. Called the Rat King. Not that you would know that it's Rat King yet. But that was fun interacting with from the basement and then eventually having it rummage through the walls to get to the top. You guys did kill it successfully, and in all honesty, it wasn't a bad fight. I don't think that you guys took much damage at all, despite it summoning and continuing to be violent
Yeah.
as an
I took 4
amalgamation of.
HP.
Wow, I think that's a total of 12 damage for the whole group, which is great.
12.
Means I know that I can hit.
I took 3.
Oh, so 7.
I healed you
It's
3
7.
though.
No, you healed me, more than that, but tomato, tomato.
Too big of a deal.
Oh, it was 3 plus 2, I think. So I think I healed you 5.
Nice. Either way, we did great. It means that I can throw harder things at you in the future, so be wary. Be scared. I want you to be scared.
Well, I already have like a list of monsters that we might go up against.
You do. You have a good little handbook of monsters that you might be going up against.
I hope you took notes. In character.
Yeah.
I didn't take notes. I just put bookmarks in the pages.
Yeah.
I got
Which is
Intellect Devour, Lynch, Mind Flare.
All the tasty
and,
ones.
I think that was all of them that we were kind of going through. There's like one more that I don't know that was not in my book that you said.
yeah, the Dream Eater or the Dream Devourer. Same thing.
Dream Eater.
Same thing. Mine is a homebrew though, so it's not quite the same as the one that is in your book, which is okay. And also not entirely relevant. So we are going to pick right back up at essentially the midday. Oh. of the day. You have just fought the Rat King and its little minions. They are currently collapsed in front of you. Going. That guy just ran a red light. That's so cool and fun.
Oh, that happens a lot. I see that shit on a daily basis.
This is a light with a camera on it, so he's gonna get one hell of a ticket because that was really red. That wasn't like a
Just missed
like
it.
the
No.
yeah,
Well,
man wasn't looking up from his phone or something. I guess shit. Anyway,
And again, I do a lot of legal stuff too.
maybe don't admit doing illegal stuff while we're currently on stream where the internet can hear you.
It's fine because I'm government.
nope. Ignore that. Ignore that. Nope. D&D.
Just kidding.
You. Smash.
Yeah, you're kind of having a mild bit of a panic attack. Thank you. I would love it if you're gonna. It, why? What type of European ass fucking car are you driving, sir?
Is it a Fiat?
No, it looked a little bit like a Charger, actually.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, but he definitely just drove past me with on the left side of the lane, uh, driving on like the passenger side of the car. That's neat. However, he didn't have to be an asshole. I was gonna say, if you're gonna ride my ass, at least pull my hair first. Shit. You
D&D?
know, until he cut me off. Hi guys, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
No Dungeons and Cars in this case.
Dungeons in cars.
Okay, since we're on
It's
the
okay.
slight car talk, I'll post a picture and I want to know what your guys' reaction's going to be. But continue.
we might have a slight
I've got
problem.
about yeah.
My level 1 spells are gone. It says array result was not expanded because of an overwrite data.
Love that for you. We'll go back over them later. They shouldn't be too important from here, in theory. Maybe our buddy here can figure out how to fix that. I don't know how to fix that, so that's not a me problem. Rubber duck. I don't know where I'm gonna put it.
Rubber
Maybe I'm gonna
ducky, you're the one.
I don't even remember what they were.
I do.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say it's a pretty good idea. So I think that between the two of us, we'll be able to help you out.
Okay, done. Wait.
Sick.
With all of them already?
That's nice. Alrighty, I am pulling up to my house, which means that I can be a little bit more serious about this. Oh, my boy dog is sitting in the window. He's trying to say hi. He's so stinky. He needs such a bath.
Whoa, it's a problem with... It's just a problem with the sheet.
Oh, love that. Well, I can always send screenshots of the spells themselves as well. It's my corgis. Hello, corgis.
I just don't know how to fix it.
Like I said, I can always give you screenshots and such. Woo, woo, woo.
Boof, boof, boof. Okay, arts and pictures, plus...
Yeah, I came back. Nothing for dogs, though. Unfortunately, I came back to your loud self. Yeah, you're so loud.
There, I posted a picture of the car.
You are so loud, Bubby. Elaine. I will throw your ass back outside, Guinevere. I'm trying to find where you sent the picture of the car.
You're trying to figure...
It's so little.
That is smaller than a smart car.
I see that. Him's so small.
That's a Honda.
It's so small.
I saw
My
that
Honda is
on Saturday.
it's whittled. It's probably an import.
No, it's a collector's thing
That's
that
what I'm
they
saying.
probably had.
Yeah, it's probably an import. That's what I was saying.
Anyways, Pokey. I found a Pokey spot.
Hi guys, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Did I fix it? I don't know what I just did.
Well, I can hear you, so I don't know what you did.
Are you able to add the spells now?
Did you fix it?
Maybe? I don't know.
Uh-oh. I think you just got rid of the...
Oh, I did. I did the undo button. I put it back. Should I delete it again?
Get rid of it.
These little charms are so neat. The black and white one turned out really fucking cool. I'm not gonna
Not...
take the dice out, but
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to undo that and... Wait. My spell sheet. Copy. Paste. Fixed.
Sweet.
sick. Hi guys, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
You smash you.
Yeah. Our lovely Luna is currently aggressively smashing the corpse of the Rat King with her warhammer, I think.
No, maul.
Oh,
Big,
even better.
big hammer. I give it
Oh,
three.
that one.
I give it 4 extra swings.
Okay. This one's cool as shit, guys.
So it's at least
Oh,
some.
that was because I did the, I made the corpse trimmer a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? And where did this come from?
Yeah, buddy? Is it that bad?
That was in
Just
character.
Ah. Well, currently, Neville is the only one that's in the room with you. The others are too scared. Validly so.
I'll say it's safe to come out.
Okay. They are hesitant for valid and obvious reasons.
I chuckled.
You need back outside, Bub.
No, I've done outside today. I
Well,
weeded for 5 hours.
that's rough.
Yeah, those dice look pretty awesome.
Those ones aren't dice, those ones are tokens. The dice are going to stay until for about another hour to be on the safe side.
Oh, okay.
But where'd this thing come from?
The ladies just kind of look at each other like they don't know. I mean, none of them are. They're kind of hesitant, actually. I'll go grab Father.
Please.
And one of them does. It takes her about 10 minutes to convince him to come out of his study because he was still, in the middle of doing his holy work for the day. But when he does, he looks at the thing on the floor and he like audibly gasps. He's like, "What? What is this?
That's what I'm wondering.
I've never. I haven't seen any of these before."
Can I ask him, how do you check the, wait, what's it called? What was it called down there?
The cellar?
The cellar? How do you say you check it periodically? How do you check it?
I go down with a torch and wander the shelves, dust, make sure everything's kept and tidy.
Okay.
And you didn't hear any of the scurrying in the walls?
No, I haven't heard any scurrying in the walls, and when I have, it was just mice. It wasn't rats.
How have you been sleeping lately?
That feels like an irrelevant question.
It's relevant. Just curious.
Honestly, not the best.
Okay.
The town itself has been complaining about nightmares and such. So,
What was the thing you got told that it might be?
Uh, I got told a lot of things. Uh, Intellect Devourer. I think it was a Dream Eater, a Lynch, um,
Not Lynch,
a Mind
Lich.
Flayer.
can they get us demonetized by saying lynch? Okay.
But, we're just
Guinevere, do not bark,
trying
you are
to
fine.
make sure. How long would you say you've been having these nightmare things?
Couple months now, maybe?
Did you say it started when the grave robbing started?
Just about.
Sounds a little close to what it might based off the name of, Dream Eater, and that you think it might be a lich. Lich could have created a Dream Eater from one of the souls.
That's not unlikely, no. I hope you're not dealing with the lich. That's a bit above your pay grade.
Why do you say that?
Liches are not. They're nothing to be reckoned with. They're evil things. Evil, selfish things. They are much more powerful than just some necromancers.
Do you know of any lich? It's a lich, right?
Yes, Lich.
Yeah, you got it
Okay. Do you know anything else a lich would maybe work with?
right. Liches can start cults. They have their own communes depending on how powerful they are. They're they crave power.
Okay.
That is really all they want.
Well, looks like we're gonna have an interesting time.
I suppose so.
Give me a second. Need to check on what I can do, being a paladin.
Yeah.
Could I loot
And if,
the bodies?
yeah, absolutely. I don't think you know how long it's been since I've heard that shit. uh, my for context, my past players would do that, and they kept running into curse items because they would do it for literally everything, and then just started killing people, murder hobo style. So,
Like, because they were cursed?
no, but because they wanted more cool magic items.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you obviously, if you're going for the rats that were originally in front of you, find their bone swords. There are two of these bone swords. They are a good size for you. They'd probably be considered daggers to Luna. Not that she's much taller than you, but the foot or so makes a difference.
The 2 feet makes a difference.
Yeah. These bone swords, if you choose to use them, will use the same stats as a short sword, so you don't have to worry about.
Special effects.
Yeah.
How much damage is that?
Short sword is a D6.
Oh, okay. Uh, I'll pick them up, but I probably won't use them. I'll just keep my mace, because my mace is a D6 as
Then
well.
mark it down in your backpack.
Yep.
That's what I was
Two.
about to do.
Oh, those are cool as hell, guys. I lied. I took the dice out of. I'm trying to take the dice out of their mold. I was worried they were going to be a little soft, but they're not soft enough for me to be concerned.
That's good.
I don't know what color I would even try to start to ink these for, though.
Send a picture and I might be able to answer that.
Like the numbers?
Yeah, if I decided that I was going to finish them instead of trade them.
Maybe white.
No.
Maybe.
I would go
I'd,
for a... Based off of that color? I think a good, gold. Or a yellow based. Because I don't think red would look too well on that.
I don't know. I'll play with it. That's the fun thing about the numbering is that unless you let it dry all the way, you can wipe it right off.
Um,
Anyway, keep going.
I need to make a religion check.
You sure do.
I'm gonna keep
Oh,
looting.
okay. On the Rat King, you find a talisman.
A talisman?
A talisman. You do not recognize the deity for the talisman, but it is in fact a talisman.
Well, I guess I don't get to communicate with, Stella today.
So,
Or right now.
Ooh. I'll take the talisman. But can I meditate and
you
ask
can.
my god?
Yeah, you can. Also make a religion check for me. But what did you get,
Okay.
Luna?
That's a guaranteed loss.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
I
You get a
rolled a,
nat one.
I rolled a 1. That die rolled a nat 20, then a nat 1.
I got a 15 plus 4, so 8. No, 19.
19. Great. Okay. Well, I guess at least one of you is doing it, and I mean, it might as well be the cleric. If there's one thing a cleric is good at. um, you sit down and meditate, and it doesn't take you more than like 5 minutes of concentration. And your flamboyant, for lack of a better term, god just kind of sits in front of you like, "Sup, buddy? You called?"
Yeah, I got a question about a talisman. So we found a rat king and I don't even know what the rats or that.
We found
Or
this
do I
thing.
even know it's a rat king?
No.
No. You know that it's
Oh,
an amalgamation of rats. That's what you do know.
I'll just
This
say
one, holy
we
crap.
found a bunch of rats, mutated rats, giant rats with a
He
talisman.
kind of peeks behind you, and he's just like, "Yeah, I've never seen one of those before. I'm not much help there. I'm a relatively newer god, so if you're looking to identify things, that's not my. I can call Velverick.
Uh, you think he'd be able to identify the talisman?
Probably.
Oh, you know what? Why not? Let's give it a shot.
I'm gonna give him a call. Gonna give
If
him a call.
it doesn't need to be dire either. Like if he's busy right now, I don't want to like disturb him.
It's fair. Um, I'm gonna call him because that looks like the stuff that was put together in a dungeon that I explored once. And that was being run by an evil beholder, so that's not great, is what I'm getting at.
Ooh,
I know I'm not hearing any
that
of this, but I heard butt holder.
Oh, yeah, no, not quite.
I know it was beholder, not butt. But I heard butt.
I love that for
do you
you.
want to keep the talisman in case he doesn't answer, so you could show him?
That's up to you. That's up to you.
Yeah,
It might.
I'll give him the talisman in case he doesn't answer, and then I can get back with him later on.
Okay. He pauses for a moment, and his eyes kind of glass over. And I mean, you would probably assume that he's talking to Velbrick just
Yeah.
messages. Um, he says he can't come look right now, but give us like 3 hours.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna
You sound
look
like
at
you're
this.
about to start bawling your eyes
I,
out.
I just took a drink of my soda and it went down the wrong pipe. Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
Tasty.
Well, don't
I
die
about
on him.
died.
You're too far away for me to try to do the Heimlich remover. Fuck me. The
Heimlich
Heimlich.
maneuver. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
good. It just hurt for a second. I'm good.
Well, your job is to not die. How about that? That's your new assignment.
It's my job.
Okay.
Yeah, both of you not allowed. I've already had to cancel one D&D session because somebody died.
That's
So
wild.
I prefer it if I wouldn't have to cancel another campaign because somebody died. That would be preferred, please.
But yeah, I'll give
I
him
can
the
try.
talisman then.
That's all I'm asking. I'm asking to try.
Do I
Okay.
just see him, like, make an object just disappear?
More or less, yeah.
That's a neat trick.
That's a neat trick.
Mhm.
These are cool as fuck, guys. I'm actually really happy with these, which kind of sucks because this would be the second set that I have made specifically for the Renaissance Fair that I'm probably not going to be using for the Renaissance Fair.
I mean, they look really cool.
That's the problem. I kind of wanted them to like have some serious defacing or something, you know, so I wouldn't want to keep them. But they're really fucking cool, and I don't have a set like this. So,
But you could charge extra for it to be in a good condition.
yeah, but these are for trading. They're not for sale. I could sell them because I'm actually pretty good at this, but
Berserker rack.
huh?
I think I'll.
Nothing.
No, what did you say? I need to know if I need to threaten to fight you.
Berserker rack.
I don't quite understand that reference.
I don't know where it came from. Friend used to say it.
Oh, the 20 is my favorite. Hold on, y'all need to see this shit. I might even turn on my camera to show you how sick this fucking 20 turned out. This is so distracting. I'm so sorry. Dumb dice collector brain is just losing my shit though.
Big guy's goblin.
Nah, I'm closer to a dice dragon. I don't know what you're talking about. I have enough to be qualified as a dragon, I promise.
Apparently a truck got in an accident and it was carrying dice. So apparently the bridge takes 21,000 D6 damage.
I love that for it.
But we keep
Nah, I'm just.
distracting ourselves from game.
We did. I'm sorry. However, there is my cool new die. Look at him. Look at him in all of his glory.
Oh, that does look really cool.
He looks cool as shit, and I'm kind of upset he's cool as shit.
Gold would be like perfect for that.
Yeah, I think that maybe a gold, or if I can find like a sparkly crimson of some sort, that might work.
I would say gold or maybe like a silver.
Silver might look sick as fuck too. Especially against like the black on some of the other ones.
Yeah.
I have so much time, it's okay. I don't have to finish them now that they're not being. I don't have to finish them this week now that they're not being used for Renaissance Fair purposes. Your God says, get back to you within 3 hours because the big man is kind of busy.
That's fine. Take as
Okay.
long as you need.
Busy.
And he just smiles and he's just like, don't give me all the time in the world. And then disappears.
Alright, I'll stop meditating then.
These are cool as fuck. I'm so happy. Okay, you come back too, and you're looking around. You no longer have the talisman, and Luna is kind of looking at you like, bro, what did you just do?
I'll look over at Luna. I'm like, my. Oh wait, I don't know why. Hellsbane will get back to me on the talisman on who they are. He said it might be related to a possible beholder he fought previously around here. He's not 100% sure, but he's going to be validating that with Velric.
I love how you're just throwing those names out in front of these people.
Oh, can I do it telepathically?
You can. You do have telepathy.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Get out of my
I
head.
forgot I had that.
Get out of my head.
I'll go no.
No.
Do like a ticking clock in his head.
Can I make a saving throw to get him out of my head?
Yeah, you can make a wisdom saving throw. I need. I know the name. It's right there. I made the name. I shouldn't be on the struggle bus.
Do I need this?
Neville, that's it. No, I think I'm
What?
having a shitter's crash. Let me know what your spell DC is. I don't remember if you remember what a spell DC is, but
13.
okay.
I actually got a 14.
Okay. Meets it or beats it, so you beat it. You passed. Neville, you kind of just feel her recede back into her own head, and you are locked out now.
Okay.
Means that you cannot speak to her for a little while. Telepathically. The sisters that are currently at like near you guys are kind of like trying to decide if the bodies are safe. They're casting their various spells and such. You'd be able to tell that they're casting because it's kind of visible. They're not trying to hide that they're casting anything in front of you guys.
Okay.
But they're making sure that it's like not cursed and that they could move it if they wanted to.
Well, I grabbed the now pile of squished rat meat. I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
Panic chicken.
you could call it rat meat. That would be accurate enough.
Oh, how heavy would you say this thing is?
It's a good like 150 pound.
Damn.
It was a lot of rats kind of melded together.
So do I have to make
No,
a strength
shouldn't we
check since this
probably?
thing is 50% heavier than me?
Yes.
I wouldn't even want to attempt that.
17.
Okay. You think you're able to get it up pretty well.
Where would you like this thing?
Outback would probably be preferred. Maybe we can feed it to the hellhound? They kind of look at the father. But maybe?
Either that, or I would suggest maybe burning it. Just to
Either
be
way,
safe.
it'll be burned. Well, I go to the back and where do you put the food for it?
In front of its little doghouse. It has a doghouse. They take care of her.
Well, it's not like we saw it before.
Yeah. There's a little doghouse, though.
I go put it in front of the doghouse.
Okay. When you do, you hear a very low growl.
Let's see if I look this up with an animal handling check. You know, so I don't anger it.
Do it. Animal handling. Go. I believe in you.
14.
Can I go like, ooh, puppy?
Oh, puppy.
Go pet it?
I also want you to roll animal handling for it, but
Okay. I got
Uh,
an 18 plus 2, so 20. I'm about to get mauled.
And what did you get, Luna?
14.
Luna, it looks at you. You can see its eyes glowing in the doghouse, and this is a large animal. It slowly steps out, and its nose is the size of your hand. This thing is in the shape of a Rottweiler.
Ooh, puppy.
Yes, except when it's standing, it is taller than both of you. Luna, its shoulders come up to about the base of your chest. So the head itself is probably relatively eye level. It's probably only a little shorter than you. Mevel, you could ride this thing as a mount.
That's what I was like. Shit. Maybe. I mean, I got 18 plus 2, so 20. I probably won't do that, but I'll pet it. Go, ooh, puppy, pet it, and then I'll just run over to it.
When you run over to it, it kind of freezes for a second before slowly crawling out. And it looks at both of you. Luna, it looks at you, its eyes look like hellfire. She pushes her nose into your body, like the dead of your stomach, gives a very big sniff, and when it breathes in and out, it smells like coal and like fuel burning, more or less.
Smells like a campfire.
More or less. And it looks at you, and it kind of just plops down in front of you.
When it's on the ground,
When you guys go,
how high is the head?
the head, when it's sitting, comes to about your collarbone.
I'll put my hand out for it to smell. I know it just took a, it just shoved its nose into my stomach, but I don't need it trying to bite my hand off.
That's fair. And then you see Mevel, who is much smaller than this animal, run up and just tackle its leg. He wanted to pet the puppy. The puppy is not angry. As Mevel is petting the dog aggressively, it is really warm, almost hot to the touch. However, it is not burning you guys. It is the same color as coal, except for the eyebrows, which are just little white spots. When you hold out your hand, it gives you the biggest lick. One of its licks goes all the way up your arm.
Damn. Can't imagine the slobber.
Exactly. Yeah, you're kind of slimy. With love, you're kind of slimy.
I grab the rat thing
Amalgamation.
and hold it out to it.
He very carefully takes it from you. And then slowly worms back into her doghouse, pulling the thing with it.
And Bevel. We have lost Bevel for the night.
When you have, oh my goodness, I don't know why he's losing his brain, but he's losing his brain. When it grabs it, it smells like burning blood.
Okay.
Yeah. Bevel, you were kind of kicked out after very briefly being inside of the dog's house. It's like, no, with me.
I will be back.
You won't bark at me. Well, if you're going to be back, I can take a quick break to feed the dog so they stop doing that. No, I know that it's dinner time, but you.
Me's the back.
So, what language would a hellhound particularly speak?
Abyssal. No, infernal.
Abyssal?
It's infernal.
Infernal. What languages do I know?
It's on your first page. On the front page. On the bottom left.
Bottom left?
Of the front page.
Celeste? Oh, I do know Infernal.
It doesn't speak, it understands infernal.
Okay. I have something to tell it.
Speaking of free actor. Here, move your face.
Face
Go
has
eat your
been
dinner.
moving.
Go eat your dinner. Go eat the corgi dinner. Baby. Stinky. Go eat your dinner, Stinky. What are you going to tell the dog?
Oh, did you hear me?
No, I didn't even realize you spoke. I just heard, I'm going to tell it something. And then I said, go ahead. And I never heard you.
Oh, I didn't hear you say go ahead. Could I telepathically tell it in Infernal? I will bring you a bone later.
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
Yes, because it
that's my
understands
mission.
that language.
I'm gonna bring it a bone at some point. It's gonna be a big one. I may not be
Oh,
able to
yeah.
carry it, but I will attempt.
Brings it the lich bone.
No, it brings it to phylactery.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you guys know what a phylactery is. At very least, I'm glad that one of you knows what a phylactery is.
The
I'm
phylactery
not
can be
sure I
anything.
do.
It could be the entire temple, for all we know.
Yes.
That'd be a pretty powerful lich, though.
Right. I don't know. I've already warned you that I use different edition liches. Anywho, don't worry about it. That's not a current you guys problem.
It's
That's a
future me
later you guys.
problem.
Yeah, that's a later you guys problem. So don't worry about it.
You said what now?
I said don't worry about it. That's what I said.
That was part of the joke.
Yes.
I go and, retrieve the rat bodies.
Okay.
Do you want me to
When
make
you do,
strength
they-
checks for those too?
No, they're rats. They're only way. These ones in particular are barely bigger than Melville. So
And I can throw Melville around like he's a chew toy.
so I'm not too worried about it. So excited, guys. Pink dice that glow. Keep going. I'm paying attention, I promise.
You were about
you
to say
don't-
something?
That I was telling you that you could, in fact, pick up the rats. That's what I was telling you.
Okay. I bring him to the Hellhound.
Okay.
I
When
would
you
like
do,
to make
again.
another animal handling check.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 12.
Okay, this one's not as successful, but she's still relatively friendly, so she does like stick her face out. Grabs them from you very gently.
told if it was a girl or a boy?
The head priest has told you that it is a girl.
I do the whole good girl thing.
Okay. For sure. As you do, it kind of whimpers, but not in like a bad way. It's like closer to a whine than a whimper. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but
I haven't been around an animal that's nice around me in a long time. So,
you still know what I'm talking about, though, right?
no, not that sound specifically.
Oh, okay. Well, apologies then, I suppose.
Uh, I hand myself for 3 points.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know that we were getting frisky here in front of the doghouse, but
Oh, that would have been on the way back to inside the temple. Do you need some healing,
gotcha.
Mevel?
Yeah, 4 points.
I give him 4 points of healing.
How do you do that?
I tap you on your head. And my hand glows.
Yep, because they've got healing hands as a paladin, which is neat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Paladins are neat in general.
You know, if you get blinded by the light, I could, get rid of that affliction. Oh, maybe.
Blinded by the light.
Let me read Lay on Hands real quick. Make sure I'm thinking of this right. Lay on Hands. Alternatively, you can. Okay, so if you had, it's going to be severe, but if you somehow managed to get gonorrhea, I could fix that.
Okay.
Pretty severe, but I can fix that for 5 points.
You could, yeah.
Or if you got poison ivy, because that's a
I
poison.
think I could heal stuff like that too. Cures one disease, blind, death, paralyzed, poison.
Yeah, I think that you both have stuff like that. So that's good. On the bright side, you don't have any bards, and neither one of you seem to want to bang everything in sight, so.
You don't know that yet.
Uh-oh.
Very valid. Considering Mevel's god would bag everything in sight if he was still on the material plane, yeah.
Can you use detect magic again when we're back in the central temple part?
Yeah.
The
Ritual.
Yes.
the father of the monastery would thank you for helping them out because you didn't have to do that, but he's thankful nonetheless.
I'll say I love the puppy.
We call her Ember.
Well, I'm surprised Ember's saliva didn't melt through my arm.
She does that. She's really good at temperature control, though, so we give her treats when she's good like that.
And I will do the ritual detect magic.
Okay. As you do, I mean, the obvious stuff like holy symbols and such glows and the shrine itself. But you have nothing more. in the area that is
Does it
glowing.
feel like there's a
Nothing.
barrier underneath us again?
No.
Um, I cast how many? I need to verify how many times I can actually cast that.
That's what at what level?
I cast Divine Sense again.
You're fifth level, so you should have two, I think, uses. Either two or three.
No, I have 4 uses of Divine Sense.
Oh, sick.
Because it's 1 plus your Charisma modifier.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you want to roll for it for me again?
It needs a roll.
Does it? I don't have the spell up in front of me. Well, I guess it's not technically a spell. Not the point. I don't have the thing up in front of me. Does it require a roll?
As an
I
action,
believe
you can open up your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you. That is not behind total cover.
Gotcha. I mean, there's nothing here that's feeling any sort of way when it comes to those.
Within the same radius, you can detect the presence of any object or any place or object that has been consecrated, or this the opposite.
Okay. So I mean, the temple itself does not feel holy anymore, which is both bad and good.
When was the last time you did a consecration spell here?
Uh, little over a month ago after we started having the bodies be thieved. If it's no longer, it might be from that. And he gestures to the spot that is now on the floor where the Rat King had laid.
Uh, is that a spell? I can. Yes, a ceremony. Would that count?
It would count in this circumstance, yes.
Well, I can consecrate the temple tomorrow.
If you may, or I can do it myself. It's entirely up to what you would prefer.
I would prefer to do it myself.
Understood. Not that paladins have more of a say in my temple than I do, but I am thankful for the help. I am thankful nonetheless. Your kindness will not go unnoticed, I promise.
But what is my thing doing? Okay then. When you had the consecration up, did you have any problems? Like, uh, spiritual problems here or anything?
None that I was made aware of. And he looks back at the ladies. And they're a little shy about it. It's a loud ass truck to be driving at 9 o'clock at night, give or take.
I Sorry, but I kind of need to know if there's a problem.
One of them kind of steps up and she's just like, I had noticed a mild shift in our, after we got everything officialized and all of that from the church, of course. I had noticed a shift in the energy.
What type of shift?
Not the positive kind, unfortunately. It seemed heavy in the in the study hall.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
But I mean, I blew it off as nothing because everywhere else seemed fine.
Might have to go investigate the study hall.
um, let's go to the study hall.
Yes, right. This I can show you the corner and everything that I felt the disturbance at.
Oh, it's a corner? Do you guys have any hidden passageways here that you would maybe know about?
None as far as I'm aware, and they kind of turn over to Father. We're gonna call him Father Donovich, because I forgot what we originally named him, and we don't have the recording for that session, so we're gonna call him Father Donovich, because it feels right. Right? Yep, we're gonna go with Donovich. I almost want to say that it might have been Ivan, but I'm going with
Donovich.
Donovich. Yep. And he shrugs. He's like, I wasn't here for the building of the temple.
Do you have schematics of the temple?
I do not, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's gonna be harder.
I guess I'll
Apologies.
do detect magic again in the study.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're doing your rituals. Never mind. I was about to say, make sure you're marking down the spell
Yeah,
slots, but
ritual.
you're doing rituals casting.
Yeah, in this specific time, it would be best to just take the time versus burning through the spell slots. Um, as you do, you can feel the negative energy before you can even see it. But when you do see it, it doesn't take the form of a like human shape or a monstrous shape. It just kind of looms like shadows in the corner.
Um, I will or can I telepathically speak to Luna yet, or no?
I mean, that's entirely up to Luna at this point.
That was only a 6 minute block, so yes.
Okay.
Okay, I will telepathically tell her I'm sensing like shadows. You said in the corner?
Yep.
It's not like a figure or any type of like thing. It's just like the shadows, and it's a darker presence for sure.
Hmm.
Is it dark in the corner?
It doesn't appear as light as some of the areas in the church have been.
Can I do a cantrip light
Yeah, you
facing that
can,
direction
for sure. I don't see why not.
just to illuminate it a little bit better?
Okay. As you do, it doesn't not penetrate, but it doesn't give you the best coverage. Like you would expect more from your spell. You have expected more when you've used it prior.
It's like something's blocking it.
Kinda, yeah.
I walk
Okay.
into the corner itself.
Roll a con save for me.
A con save?
Con save. Because you love me so much.
17.
17, you do pass, which is great. I didn't want to have to hurt you.
Hurt me plenty.
No, not yet. Not yet. That's for later. I have things planned. Don't worry about it. Do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
I
I'll
don't
do it
know why
again.
everybody's messaging me all of a sudden.
Your sending stone's
I
ringing.
had all day.
Yes, you're
All
sending
day to
stuff.
message.
It's okay. I'm not too stressed.
Oh, I'm not answering it. If we could keep going,
Oh, okay.
it can wait.
He can wait. I love that for me. I like that you like my game enough to say fuck my phone.
I'm using my phone to read my chat.
The only person I would message back is if it was my girlfriend, and it's not my girlfriend, so I could care less.
Very
My girlfriend
valid.
would be angry with me.
Very valid. Very valid. Happy spouse, happy house, right?
No,
Well,
happy wife, happy life.
we don't live together, but yeah.
Same thing. She's not gonna harass you for a million years if you answer your phone when she texts you.
Okay, so what do I feel in the corner?
You feel this overwhelming darkness. It is heavy and very unpleasant. It does not feel great. And it's actually almost suffocating. I think I broke the lid back on. Why are we having issues? My mold is being stupid, guys.
Ew, you control mold? I didn't know you were Elizabeth from Resident Evil 7.
Duh.
Just finished playing that.
No, you got done finishing playing 8.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Oh yeah.
But you know who Elizabeth is because of 8.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had
This
to wipe
isn't
down
great,
my
guys.
I had to wipe down my mouse pad. It wasn't sticking.
You're okay. My whole mold top is just not wanting to stay on the mold, which is not great because I'm wasting a lot of product right now. Trying
Do
to
I
make sure.
still wait? Do I still see Luna as she goes into the corner, or does she disappear?
You can still see her. She
I
is not the thing that is disrupting. But you feel this overwhelming, heavy darkness. It makes you nauseous to stand here because of how wrong it feels.
Do you have people use the material costs?
Sometimes it really depends on the spell.
Where are material? I don't have material costs on my spells.
You should, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. Need to refill. I think that these are going to turn more orange than they are going to be
Protection
pink.
from good and evil.
No, I'm not going to make you roll for. I'm not going to make you use your stuff for that.
Okay, because apparently on my list it says it costs 25 gold.
That's a lot of gold, bro.
Oh, mine's. Okay, so do my spells just not cost? Some of them say they cost stuff, but some of them don't.
Some of them don't, but others will. That
The
being
only
said,
one.
I don't normally. It doesn't normally matter for me, unless, and hear me out, Unless it's something like Revivify, where it actually matters, like the amount of value to your die.
Yeah, Revivify says it costs 300 gold pieces, which I do not have.
Right. Or the equivalent in cost of a diamond is normally what it is, but that's not the point. Stuff like that is when I actually start worrying about component costs.
Okay.
When it actually matters versus, oh, well, I want to use this. Do I have to pay for it? No, you don't.
Well, that's why I asked, because ceremony also has a cost, but I don't know what the actual cost is, what the actual material is, because it's not in my book.
No, you should be.
Okay, yeah, I cast protection from good and evil, evil and good from on me.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm assuming you're doing it on yourself, but you answered that
Yes.
question. Valid, I don't blame you. The moment that you do, you feel like an immediate relief, and you no longer feel nauseous.
Can I roll for insight under what it possibly could be?
That's a little less insight and a little more investigation, but absolutely, you can roll an investigation.
Do
Investigation.
not go in that
Okay.
corner.
I got a
The
nat 20. Nat 20 plus 1.
Hell yeah, brother, let's go. First nat 20 of the night, I think.
Yeah. I think the whole game, right?
No,
Mm,
I rolled
you
No?
can
one.
Oh,
say
okay.
That was my first
What was
attack.
my
Was a nat
first nat
20.
20? Nat 20 for investigation.
hell yeah, brother. You get the feeling that this is not something that is actually in the building. You think it's watching through this spot.
Oh, okay. Do I know how far away it would be?
No, but it's
Okay.
not you. That's for sure.
I will telepathically tell Luna I think it's something to watch into here.
You're saying something's watching as I look
Yes.
up and
You look up,
yes,
just up in general.
up a little, I up and down the corner.
Okay. You see nothing out of the ordinary, but that doesn't mean he's wrong. There is definitely something there.
Roll investigation or perception.
I
Entirely.
I'm gonna roll a perception. You know, since I'm looking around
Okay.
now.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead
That's a
Am I allowed to roll too?
if you want to.
that's a 19.
Oh, I got a 10.
Oh,
10 plus 2, 12.
great. So you don't notice anything more than the blob of dark in the corner. um,
And that something's possibly watching.
yep, you just get that paranoia feeling, like when somebody's staring daggers into the back of your head. You just have that overwhelming kind of paranoia feeling.
A train just went honk.
I can kind of hear it actually.
I heard it too.
Yawn. Like a goose.
Anyways, what do I see?
You, Fair Luna, notice. Again, it's less of the seeing and more of the presence of something. Somebody's having fun. Motorcycle. You notice eyes, lots of them.
Where?
Not physically here, but underground. Or maybe it's the wood. It's kind of hard to tell. Roll another con save for me.
20.
20! Let's go. You refocus as your vision kind of blurs at the edges, but coming back to, you take in a deep breath, you shake it off, and the presence is definitely coming from the woods.
I grab my spear and stab it.
The woods?
Oh, wait, you said from the woods? You all I heard was
Yeah.
from the wood.
No, the woods. Like, like the surrounding forest?
You need to clarify that because I thought you were talking about the floor.
Well, I mean, you can still stab the floor if you would like.
I stabbed the floor once.
You stab the floor once. Okay. I mean, you can roll to hit, but it is just the floor.
I didn't miss.
Okay. Well, if you didn't miss, I'm not gonna tell you you did.
I did
Should I
7.
put glitter in these charms?
What?
Should I put glitter in these charms?
Yes.
They already glow. But, well, they should glow anyway. I'm going to say that they do. I think that I would be assuming correctly if I said that they do.
I did
Considering the.
I did 9 points of damage if that matters.
Not necessarily, considering it's the building, but.
But
Thank you for that 9 points of damage. I will keep that somewhere.
uh
Mevel, you just look at Luna as she frustratedly stabs the floor.
I know where
I
it's
was gonna
coming
say,
from.
you okay?
I'm pretty sure I know where it's coming from now. The dark. I step out of the darkness.
Where from?
And I just point in the direction where it felt like.
The direction of the forest. Where you guys know there are necromancers currently hiding out in those woods.
Does a short rest refill my
No.
slots?
You're not a warlock.
Unfortunately,
If you were a warlock, then yes, they would. But you are not.
now they are glittery and they should glow.
But what time of the day would you say it is?
Let's say early evening, late afternoon, probably around 4:30.
How many? I asked I ask Donovich. How many people live in this town?
This time of year with the flaky weather, no more than 50. In the summer, it can get up to 200.
Um, based on what I am seeing and feeling, and the fact that people that this nightmare stuff has been started when the graveyard's been started being desecrated, we should have people sleep here starting
We,
tomorrow after the consecration.
we can make reasonable accommodation, but I'm not sure we'll be able to get everybody inside. Not everybody might want to leave their homes anyway.
That would be fine. It's just I don't feel I feel like it would be safer here under the eye of Stella than
Leaving us to the wolves. No, I agree.
yeah.
There should also be a sermon tomorrow, as it is the equivalent of Sunday. We can make the announcement then.
Okay.
See that some of these have little holes in them? I can turn them into necklaces.
Yay!
I have the stuff to make necklaces, so like I'm rather amused by this. So I apologize.
Don't stab the eye out.
Anywho, yeah. What?
I'm gonna take a picture of the necklace I've been wearing and send it to you guys.
Okay.
Oh, my eye.
Well, don't hurt
Thumbs
yourself
don't
with
belong
that.
in the eyeballs.
I mean, maybe not. But like, I'm not gonna tell you no. They are in fact your eyeball. So
I've been worrying
no,
that
these are the
if my grandma sees my necklace, she is gonna bitch up a storm.
I think that there is currently resin on my hand.
Well, you should
Oh,
fix
neat.
that.
I don't know if I can. I think that it's probably going to be a later cat issue.
There,
Might
sent.
be one of the situations where I have to let it cure. It's a neat one, though.
But I I would recommend you guys prepare for the worst.
Of course. We always try to, anyway.
And do you have any blank paper or parchment and ink?
Of course, those would be in my personal study, and I mean the study rooms themselves, like the independent study room. And he kind of gestures towards the back where it looks like an independent study could be conducted.
We should
I
probably close off the study, right?
yes, for now. Uh, I am gonna go start making some basically uh warning signs saying that it would be recommended to start sleeping in the temple at night because of current supernatural events.
Maybe put it as spiritual events. That way
Spiritual
they
events. Okay.
that way they would know that it's a bit more of a matter of, well, spiritual manner.
Okay. Well, let me know when food is done, because I'm gonna be at this for a little bit.
Are you planning on making flyers for like everybody in the town, or what are you planning on doing with those? I'm just curious.
I'm making flyers to start handing out and stuff to like workers. I forgot her
Ooh,
name. The
could drop off a bunch at the tavern.
Yeah, the tavern, the inn.
Uh, her name was
Amazing.
Mary Jane. Mary Jane the Tavern Keep.
Yep. She and her
I wrote her
husband.
name down.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
But it's basically just a recommendation,
Okay.
and I sign it with my whole signature, the officer, blah blah blah.
Officer and priestess,
No,
blah 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 yada yada yada.
officer, paladin, blah blah blah.
You know, blah 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 yada yada yada.
Don't
The
need to
fun
go through
shit.
that whole spiel.
I could make them keychains, guys. I have the stuff for keychains too. I didn't realize just how many little kits that I have.
That'd be
All the different
awesome.
pieces.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Uh, but well, this I don't know how many I can get done in by food.
I'd say that you've probably got a good hour or so of just silent work time. So I'd say you get through quite a few of them.
What does Sir Melville do?
Yeah, let's
I'll just actually, can I take a long rest?
not in an hour or so before food, but if you want to go to bed, you can just go to bed.
Oh, so we're waiting for food and then we're doing the flyers, or we're doing flyers then food?
I'm making the flyers. We're gonna eat, and then we're gonna go door to door if needed to hand out stuff.
Okay,
Like a bunch of missionaries.
I'll help out with the flyers then.
Okay.
Actually, before I help out with the flyers, can I call or could I meditate for my deity again to ask him about the dark presence, possibly, if he could look into it?
Yeah. You
Or
can
how
have
long
fun.
has it been since I talked to him?
I'd say it's probably been a few hours with you guys prepping and investigating and learning things. Probably been a few hours. You might be able to hear back from him relatively soon, but it is definitely going to be easier for you to call him. With love, he's a little bitchy. He's got ADHD.
Ooh, shiny beer.
So should I wait longer, you think, or should I call him?
Call him.
Personally, I would call him. He's
Okay.
he's a wreck. I love him. He's a wreck.
Okay, I'll meditate then. I got a 15 plus 4,
One of the religion.
19.
Nice. Uh, it takes him a second, but he does eventually pop in and he's like, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. We were just doing our own investigation of some more stuff. So there's a dark presence in the study. Uh, I'm pretty sure people are watching. They said Luna said from the forest. We're making flyers and we're gonna have everyone sleep here tonight, hopefully. And then we'll probably go investigate. And maybe tomorrow, I'm assuming. Once we do all this stuff, just preparing for the worst.
Sounds good. I did give your talisman to the old man. You know, just suggesting. Velric,
Yeah.
give your talisman to the old man. I just have not retrieved any information, and that's because I've got a 9-month-old that's just screaming her head out.
Yeah, no, you're good. I could always just check back later, but would you possibly have any insight on the dark, mysterious corner?
Dark mysterious. Mysterious. When I was going through a dungeon, when I was going through a dungeon, I've gone through quite a few dungeons, but this one in particular was in a city, well, underneath a city. Um, it's called Darkmoor. That would, in fact, ring a bell. Darkmoor is one of the highest, most influential, politically neutral safe havens of specifically this continent. Uh, it has one of the largest trade empires and connections that one would be able to like connect to. And it is ran by Duchess Poem von Darkmoor, which is a drow.
Wait, say that again? You said Darkmoor is what?
Which part?
The last bit.
Oh, Lady Poem von Darkmoor is a drow.
A drow?
Yep,
Drow.
dark elf.
Drow?
Yes.
What is that?
Yep,
A
dark
black-skinned,
elf.
white-haired elf that has light sensitivity.
Well, these ones don't, but when you send a couple pieces above ground, that'll happen.
So is she connected to the dark, mysterious corner then?
No, yeah, he said that he was visiting a dungeon in Darkmoor that
Oh,
had a
okay.
very similar entity that was kind of lurking in said dungeon. Actually, that's the dungeon of that beholder I was telling you about earlier.
So it possibly is from the beholder. What was the entity?
Well, I mean, it could be one of many things. I've got two friends. Well, one of them's my husband, but that's not the point. I have two friends that are shadow slingers, which are they're people that are magically adept within the shadow realms themselves. They have their own. I guess it's not their own dimension, but they the they communicate through shadows. They can travel through shadows. They can disappear within shadows. Um,
So is that possibly a portal then? Should we be watching that with more precaution?
I had watched it anyway, but shadow slingers themselves aren't always aggressive. They're, like I said, one of them is my husband. But they are very skilled at what they do. They don't really have another choice. Because if you get into the Shadowfell, well, things are gonna try to kill you no matter how hard or how little you try.
Wait, they have things that would kill us?
The Shadowfell, yes,
Okay,
easily.
that
The,
that sounds okay.
my
My,
husband has told me that the mortality rate for the Shadowfell is rather high, actually.
what would you recommend we do about the corner?
Watch it. Guard it, if you could. If you
So,
can't, well, prepare for the worst, expect the best. Hopefully.
okay. Because I don't know, we'll watch it while we're here, but I know we're gonna have to go look for the creatures in the forest, and I don't think anybody will be here.
I mean, they might have staff that run the church. That's normally how churches work. Do I need to send my vampire nun friend your way?
No. Wait, you don't hear any of that. Sorry, a little focused on writing.
Okay, well, I appreciate the information. Um, I'll relay some of that to Luna, and then I guess we will protect it and possibly barricade the why am I forgetting the name of the room? The library,
Study.
the sink or whatever. Study. Possibly barricade the study closed then.
Might be for the best. If you do need my nun friend, just let me know. I can write her. She should, in theory, not be too far from where you're at.
Okay. I'll relay it to Luna and see what she says, but I think we got it somewhat taken care of so far.
I'm not doubting your abilities. I'm just providing insight and help in
Yeah.
the ways that I can.
The
Okay,
word I was looking for earlier was desecrate. Wow.
Yes. I knew what you were trying to say, so it's fine.
Not desiccated.
No, not quite the same word. Not quite the same meaning.
Sorry, it came to mind. Had to say it.
No, you're okay. It's okay. At least you didn't say defecation, so that's fine.
I defecated earlier.
Sure. You are one rather gassy individual, so I don't doubt that, actually.
yeah, I'll tell him I appreciate the knowledge and information and his time. And then I
Again,
will.
he reminds you anytime, really. Apologies for not getting back to you about the talisman sooner. Again, infant, bother me
Yeah, no, you're
anytime, I
good.
promise.
I'll maybe check up with you again later then about it, or maybe tomorrow.
Give me like an hour, I'll just call him.
Okay. Alright. Thank you. And I guess I will stop meditating then, and I will go speak to Luna.
Okay. Hi, Luna, what are you doing?
I need to roll a d20. See how
Why?
seeing how cramped my hand is. She's not used to writing.
That's valid. There's glitter all over my legs, guys. Absolutely covered.
I got a 19 con save for anti-cramp.
That's good. You're not nearly as owie as you thought you were going to be for not having to have written this much since getting placed. Which is great, all things considered. I'd say that you got a good. I'd say you got a good, like, 30, 40 flyers out, which is great.
Wait, what's the
Excuse me.
population of the town again?
About 50 right now.
50 at the moment, because it's
Oh,
cold
okay.
season. They have a couple
I
snow blizzards.
I will telepathically speak to Luna. And then I will tell her I spoke to Hellsbane about the talisman. He said he gave
But
it
wait, wait,
to
wait, 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 wait. So you started speaking in my head without me noticing, without telling me or anything. You hear a snap.
Oh, is it like a pencil breaking?
Well, the
That or like the stuttering close of her brain.
no, the would it be a pencil or would it be like an ink and quill?
It's a little bit closer to a quill,
I may have
and it's fine. It doesn't matter.
snapped the quill.
I'll go, oops, my bad.
I have ears for a reason.
Well, I didn't want to worry the people around us with some of the information
Okay.
because it might be a bit bad. But yeah, so he's gonna get back to me about the talisman. He gave it to shit, why am I forgetting the name? Like, I'm horrible with names.
That's okay, Velvric.
Velvric. Velvric, he's gonna call Velvric. Um, and he said I could ask him about an hour or so. And then I asked him about the dark, mysterious corner. He said he's run into something similar to that in a dungeon in
Darkmoor.
Darkmoor. Uh, and he was saying that the shadow beings or whatever, they
Yeah.
can travel between the shadows and possibly have shadow creatures that do their bidding that are very dangerous. So that could very much be a portal just in there. So we might want to barricade that shut.
Was this all
Um,
said in my head?
yes.
Okay.
And it could possibly be a bit detrimental. He said he would highly recommends us keeping tabs on it / watching it and guarding it.
Okay.
And also he offered he has another disciple, a vampire nun, if we need the help.
Out of character. He didn't say he had a vampire disciple follower. He
Or
said
not
he
No.
had a
disciple,
friend.
or okay.
And she is a friend. You guys don't have any context for her yet, so that's all you're getting. Her sister's hot.
No. After you say vampire disciple, just no.
Or just not disciple, I don't know. And
Oh no.
just vampire nun.
No.
Just a vampire.
But that's just some more information I got. Not meaning to worry you in any way, but we should probably barricade that area up a little bit.
Can you fix this?
If
Holding up the no broken quill.
am I able to fix that?
Mending. He probably
He doesn't
could.
have mending.
Prestidigitation might be able to fix it.
He doesn't have that either.
Well, no. Because, you can't really fuse back Quill.
He doesn't actually. He doesn't even have access to prestidigitation. Presented. God damn it! I can't even say that word.
Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Make me clean spell.
Make me clean spell.
Yeah, I don't really got anything to fix that.
Scheisse.
Uh,
Well, I have 30 flyers. I'm sick of writing,
I'm
well, the
sh-
same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
Would you like me to help?
30 should be enough.
Okay.
I'll ask the father and the girls to see if they can write them out for this sermon.
Should we tell the father and maybe not the girls, I don't know, about the dark mysterious quarter that we should probably board the room up?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, while somebody distributes the flyers, do you think one of us should possibly stay here?
I'd recommend you watch the corner
Okay.
because you can at least sense the disturbance better than I can right now. You know how hard it is to write 30 flyers in chainmail armor?
I'm sure it's rather clinky. Click clacky.
Oh wait, you wouldn't understand. Because
I'm sorry, I was just trying to get more information about the corner.
you wouldn't understand. You wear leather.
Click clacky.
It's got its pros.
It's got its pros. I just love the idea of this tiny ass halfling looking at looking at Luna, who is also relatively small, and just being like, "It's got pros." Just dead ass looking at the paladin. Like, I love it. Don't stop it. It's great.
So does this, as I drop the head of the maul on the ground to help me stand up.
Makes a very heavy tink sound as it hits the ground.
Can I make it louder
You can.
with thaumaturgy?
Yeah, you can. Look at
I'm gonna
stuff.
do it.
It echoes through the halls when you do. The head priest kind of peeks in and it's just like, "Are you ladies and gentlemen, okay?"
Melville's trying to get on my nerves again.
I don't know what you're talking about. With my eyes just whirling.
Uh, since you're out here, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I would recommend either you or one of the girls write up, flyers or posters or whatever for the sermon for we to hand them out.
I mean, we all can. It'd be much more effective if it was all of us, don't you think?
Because I'm just writing the basics that it would be recommended to sleep and have tomorrow on and blah 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 brain work. It would be recommended to sleep in the temple starting tomorrow because of the current spiritual situation. We can go into more detail during the sermon, a little bit more detail in the sermon.
I can do that. Yes, shouldn't be a problem.
You wouldn't happen to have any spare wood lying around, would you? I say to the father.
We have firewood.
Like planks or logs?
Like logs.
Damn. Okay. Would you be able to acquire some extra planks?
Oh, most likely. That shouldn't be too hard, I wouldn't assume, anyway.
Okay. We might need them for the door. Or all the doors, really.
The door?
Okay. Since you decided to say, even though I was gonna say we should say this during the sermon,
Well, I'm just saying it to the father, not anyone else.
I know.
Just preemptively getting stuff because while you're out doing that, I could at least start prepping the doors.
Okay, this is out of game. I was gonna wait until the sermon where everybody's out in the central chamber to say something, because just in case it's the priest. That's why that portal is there.
Oh,
That was what my thought was going. But since you already said something,
I'm okay with
well,
retconning if you needed
I
to,
was
but
just asking for more planks if you could acquire them.
well, if you could, well, if you said something about fixing the floor that I stabbed after the
yeah,
I mean,
situation was
that
dealt
works
with.
too. But
that,
I mean, either way, we're gonna need planks. But yeah, the floor would be probably. I forgot you
I,
stabbed it. How many times did you stab it? Just the
Once,
once?
but it
Okay.
was one hefty stab.
yeah, it was a pretty hefty stab.
Because that was a 23 in total to hit the floor and 9
Yeah,
damage.
it definitely got a little. It's a little broken, just a little.
Well, should I still ask for the planks then,
You can
or
ask
is
for
that
the
already
you could ask for planks to fix the floor after the situation is dealt with.
okay? I'll ask for planks for the floor then.
I don't see why I wouldn't be able to accommodate those. Yes,
Okay.
thank, thank you for being willing to do that.
I will. Should I? I'll go to the what's it called? The study then, and I'll just go watch that for a bit then, just to make
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And Luna, are you walking to the tavern?
Uh, at at the moment, was gonna say we should get something to eat real quick, so we don't have our stomachs distracting us.
Could I eat in the study?
Yes, but how?
No, 'cause it's full of holy texts, so probably not.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll eat first then, and then I'll go to the study.
okay, I'll keep an eye on the darkness. I don't have fireball, so I can't cast fireball into the darkness.
I don't either.
I wouldn't recommend casting fireball in a wood church either, but
Or with the study with books.
yeah, not the greatest idea.
Then yeah, I'll eat real quick and then I'll swap places with Luna.
I drag a chair over there.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
I was gonna sit in the middle of the room. I wasn't gonna go that close.
I'm still 10 feet away from it.
Okay.
I'm not
okay,
in it.
come on. Uh, you kind of just sit, and it doesn't feel any different. It feels like it did earlier, which isn't great, but doesn't feel any different nonetheless. The food is just kind of basic. It's just like a baked chicken, some bread from earlier, um, some rice, some veggies, just relatively easy
Sure
food.
is better than rations.
Definitely better than rations. Yes, I will give it that. That's not hard to do though, being better than rations.
Hey,
Yeah.
there are some good rations out there.
I'm not disagreeing. If you talk to Velric long enough, he might share his special rations.
Ooh.
But that's neither here nor there.
Okay, so I stare and it doesn't feel any different. Good to know.
Nope. Does not feel like it's shifted at all, just exists eerily, but exists.
I had my hammer in my hand, head on the ground while sitting there and watching, just in case.
Okay, for sure. Again, it doesn't seem like anything is off. It doesn't seem like it's moving or shifting at all. So, I don't know if that helps you or not, but
I just wait until Neville shows up.
okay. It probably doesn't take too long for Mevel to show up. It's again, it's a hearty meal, but it's not super heavy or anything.
I will swap places with Luna then.
Okay.
And then can I practice with my cards as I watch the Dark Mysterious
Absolutely.
Corner?
Absolutely, absolutely. I want you to roll another performance for me. Luna,
Okay.
you walk through the town and it's cold, but you finally have proper gear, so it's not too big of a deal for you.
Well, I'm completely
Uh,
equipped just in case of combat.
yes. Still not too bad for you in general, like all things being said and done. You're not
I
like
got a
freezing. What'd you get?
16 plus 2, so 18.
Nice. Getting some pretty good rolls out of y'all tonight.
Pretty good rolls as I roll a 1.
You just probably jinxed it. Better knock off some wood.
I don't have any wood near me, unless the
You got a
orange
book,
dog
right?
not in front of me.
Oh,
I
A
have
lot of
I,
my stuff is like,
I have wood
a lot of my
all around me right now.
I have wrought iron and glass.
And plastic.
They're not technically plastic.
Your phone has plastic.
That's fair. We're talking about the charms, though. Definitely not plastic.
But,
Close, but no cigar.
I go to the tavern first.
Okay. Roll a perception for me.
Make
Or
sh-
what's your passive perception? That's a better question.
my passive is 14.
Okay.
But I'd be looking around too.
Okay. So, I mean, roll your perception. That's okay.
18?
18?
Yep.
Okay. You look around and you notice as the townsfolk are going amongst their business that they're kind of like almost side-eyeing you. They kind of glance in your direction and like mutter under their breaths every now and then, but nobody seems to be threatening, nobody seems to be doing anything other than kind of gossiping. You would have to get closer to find out. Yes. Yes, you are on a mission. You're gonna try to figure out what they're saying? Okay. That's a later problem. Okay. Uh, you continue on, and Mary Jane smiles when you enter. Howdy, sugar. How are you? Well, why not? I thought after you hold yourself up in your holy ground that you'd be at least a little bit happier. Well, if it's not holy, honey, why are you trying to get everybody to sleep here? Ah, well, ah, and you would like me to hand these out, I suppose?
Oh shit.
Well, almost all of the regulars at very least do, so about 15 of them. 15, 20 on a good day. Assuming that they let them at the mines, but it's a good day. They should be. Okay. I
In
mean,
the
you can always
inn.
go down to the general store. That one's the one not too far from. So it directly across the church, head to the left. Of course, they might not hang out there, but everybody needs things from the general store. So,
That sounds like a
uh,
threat almost.
that's an odd blessing, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Okay. Give her a little bit of a spook first. Okay. When you enter the general store, it smells like cinnamon and roses. Um, there's a candle that is currently burning at the uh, there's a candle that is currently burning at the front of the store, and behind the desk is a shorter, kind of thicker pink tiefling. She has a bobbed haircut, bright pink hair, bright pink skin, kind of baby pink horns, and she is in a white top and a kind of lavendery colored, almost like a poodle skirt. Well, hi, sugar. How are you? I don't think I've seen your face around these parts before. Where? It definitely bit your arm. Probably like a small, yeah, like puncture wounds, more or less. Yeah. I don't blame you, honey. My husband's an adventurer too, and uh, he's come home with some pretty gnarly bites like that as well. Uh, did you need some first aid supplies? Are we needing a med kit, or maybe hopefully not, but an anti venom? You don't know what bit you, honey. Oh, well, I mean, you can always give me a kind of brief description. I can do my best to identify it. I've traveled quite a bit. This is just one of my locations. I try to get to a few of them a year. The rat amalgamation. Okay. She looks kind of bewildered as you describe this. That's for the best, yeah. Um, she looks kind of bewildered as you describe this thing. I happen to think that you might have been right on I might not know what you were talking about. But I do remember seeing large, like monstrous I think they're called dire rats while I was traveling, and they aren't normally anyway, not normally poisonous. So I think you're gonna be alright without some anti-venom. Which is a bonus, of course. I think that everybody should be at least a little bit worried about catching diseases, especially from rats. Ah, well, then you're in the right town. Oh, I see everybody at least once this time of night. Hmm, they should be letting some of the miners out, and if they don't, then I know that some of the sisters from the church come by. The mayor should be coming by tonight. It's his night to grab the groceries instead of his wife. So there's that for you. The sermon. Almost everybody in town goes to the sermon unless they're working. So, entire it's depending on turnout and how well the mine's doing. It could be everybody, or it could be only the homekeepers of the miner. I'd say wives, but not all of them are wives, and you know how that goes. Some of them are sisters, some of them are cousins, some of them are the husbands. uh, I mean, I'm sure this is going to be a little bit more comfy than sleeping on my cot in the back. Ah, well, I appreciate you coming by then and giving me this. Have you considered maybe going to the mayor's office about it? He might be able to make it an ordinance. That way we have to listen. I mean, considering he's just at the point of the city, I don't see why not. Not that it's much of a city. I've seen some cities. Ah, I happen to agree. I prefer these smaller spots, but when you own a couple chains, you got to you got to visit at least 4 or 5 of them a year. Everything all right on those fronts? We're not gearing up for another war, are we? Ah, you got Quite a bit of say then. I'd mention that to the mayor when you're going up there. He's a little bit more lenient towards the military type. His son is currently serving, so okay, okay, for sure. Um, she kind of just nods you off. Well, if you know where to come if you're leaving town anytime soon. Just just let me know. I'm more than happy to help, and I'm more than happy to offer discounts too. Oh no, absolutely. You take all the time that you need when it comes to that. We need as much spiritual blessing as we can get. I have a feeling that we might be cursed. I'm sorry, I'm kind of holding you up, aren't I?
I do another
All right.
ritual detect magic, see if anything's changed.
Yeah, absolutely. You take the 10 minutes to cast, and you get that uneasy paranoia feeling that Luna had gotten earlier. Aren't you so proud of me? I haven't fucked up this session. Yet, exactly. But I haven't fucked up this session. No, it's fine. I'm paying enough attention, I promise. And I'm not crashing out this time. I definitely was having a bit of a sugars crash last time. That's fine. Like, it's whatever. But, well, I have a coffee and an energy.
Damn.
They were BOGO. It would have been. I don't expect to sleep ever, so kinda, yeah. I just don't. I don't sleep. We've talked about this. Okay. The inn is closer to like a bed and breakfast. It's a very small, kind of comforty, cozy place. It definitely looks a little bit closer to like some lady that is renting out her attic, more or less.
Oh,
And when you knock, a little bell rings when you enter, and it's a young man that comes down, and he's just absolutely smiling when he sees you. Oh, good afternoon. Oh, Dora, I guess it's evening now, huh? Uh, it's so great to see somebody new. I take it you're not a cold being. Ah, apologies then, ma'am. Is there anything I It's starting to.
uh-oh.
Okay.
Sorry,
Uh,
just
he
foreshadowing.
he I have a warm fire. I'm happy to accommodate with any sort of warm rooms or anything that you might need. Are you looking to spend the night today? News. News. And he like looks at your armor and you have the crest of your god uh engraved in a portion of it, as paladins do. You know what I'm saying. Probably resting on top of your armor. So Is there's not another plague, is there? I thought that we got rid of the rot gut. Oh, it, it can be. He looks it over. You're asking us to quarantine in the church? Oh, right. Well, I can hope that Nan's gonna listen, but she's more stubborn than a she's more stubborn than a pack mule that hasn't been fed. Again, I can try to convince Nan to leave, but she's oh politely, my Nan's a little stuck in her ways. I I can try to tell her, but the only holy folk she seems to listen to is Father Donover. As much as I would like to believe you, I I can only do so much when it comes to Nana. So roll a persuade. All right. He he nods. You can tell that he kind of understands the seriousness of the situation. However, this man is a half elf. And you don't know if he's talking about the human half as his grandma or the elven half as his grandma. Maybe. How would you know? Anyway. You can't come. Well, Nan does like her sermons, so we will be there at very least. You've got my attention, but again, it's up to the stubborn old lady. uh, I do, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna die in this town. You know, I was gonna ask if you wanted to go out for a drink, but that's a little unnerving, so I think I'm gonna decline my offer for now. Hey, that's such a weird scale. What are you trying to do? On a scale of 3 to 18, what? Yeah, yeah. His looks, he's probably a good like 15. He's charming in a country boy kind of way. He's got that kind of sandy, dirty blonde hair. He's Again, he's a half elf. He's definitely been in the sun recently. So his hair is probably a little lighter than it is normally from like the sun bleaching. He is freckled in the face. He's a little bit on the tan side. Okay. Yep. It is a house. It is a nicer home. It's about the same size as the bed and breakfast. And you're getting there around 6 o'clock, so it's technically just after office hours, but there is still a receptionist up front. She's a kind of shy looking, she's a shy looking gnome. I'm not so sure you're gonna get in today, darling. I'd say that it's pretty
4 out of
urgent.
5.
Mm,
5 out of 5.
I'd say 3 to 4 out of 5. Oh, you about literal military one.
Oh, like DEFCON 3, DEFCON 4.
Give me 2 seconds. It's loading. I'm trying to. Probably. That's kind of what I'm debating. You'd most likely wind up on a DEF CON, yeah.
So 2 or 3.
So yeah, I'd say probably like 2 or 3. Ah, well, I'll give him a buzz. Give him a buzz. And she nods before looking you up and down, grabbing a sending stone from behind the desk, and then making a call. Yeah. Uh, they did say a DEF CON 3, sir. Yes. What's your name and rank, darling? An officer, sir. Luna Nali? Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll send her up right away. He says that he'll stay late for you.
Nothing's changed with the dark corner, has it?
Nope. It is still
Okay.
eerie and gross and icky. For lack of better term, it is icky. Yes, I'm aware. I did that on purpose. Because yeah, technically from here, there would have wound up being captains and majors and such. And your general is technically an admiral general. So, Sean Everett, you are under the guise of Sean Everett, General Sean Everett, who is the successor of Sonny Augustus. Shon. Sean. Yep. Then Everett. Everette. Yep. I mean, technically, she's the CO for the entire nation, but that's neither here nor there. That's valid. That's valid. You'd probably also be working. We can discuss this later. This is a DM. This is a PM discussion, not a. Yeah. Uh, the corner has not changed. It's still eerie and gross, and it gives you the ick. Uh, it doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's getting any worse though. So that's a plus at least.
Okay. That's
Or at
good.
least in your brain it's a plus.
Uh, can I burn one of my incense to calm me?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely.
Or does the church have any? Or whatever this is? I
Arguably,
have a
yeah.
tinderbox and candles. I'm assuming I have some type of lighter.
You were just you were just before the 1920s. You were in the equivalent of like 1870-ish. So yeah, there's probably later.
Do I?
Nope. Yeah, so not quite. Okay. Okay. So you've probably got a lighter, but maybe not. Probably got a lighter, but maybe not. The it normally is. No, I think that we're good if he's good.
Just chilling, yeah. Still babysitting the corner.
As you probably should, honestly.
Yeah. Especially from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's a little
Worst
spicy corner.
worst case scenario, I could always send out a sending.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Which probably is the better choice for me staying.
show you where you would need to go? Yes, absolutely. Uh, right this way, dear. And she leads you down a kind of winding, almost winding trail of an office way. I'd say it's two rights and a left. Of course, dear. Just let me know if you need anything else. All right? Do you need like a glass of water while he pulls while we wait? Yes, ma'am. Okay. And a kind of stout man. Sorry, a kind of stout man. Uh, I wouldn't say that he's well built, but he's not necessarily all fat. He's kind of rocking the dad bod. Well, don't feel cold out. He's shorter though. He is probably like half human, half dwarf, if you were to take a guess. He's got a fuller beard, still kind of like the pointed ears. Um, he is a ginger. Good evening. And he kind of bows his head. He's got his mustache kind of turned up into like a handlebar. And he opens the door for you. Yes, there are a couple chairs, and he's looking at you very, I'd say, concerned. Like, are you doing? Go right. Hi, I'm Mayor Kinley, and he holds out his hand. Kinli. It can be, that's for sure. Um, he's dressed in a rather fitted suit. It's kind of like a dark navy color. On his tie, he has a little medallion that showed that he was at one point a that it's more or less the equivalent of the Purple Heart. A good 150 years, yes, ma'am. Been retired for about 50 now. My son serves. He's in the 79th Cavalry. You have worked with this cavalry, but you probably wouldn't recognize like the individual members because it hasn't been often. They're relatively effective. They are mainly knights versus like standing officers. The knights do have their own ranking. I'm not getting into all of that right now. I'm quite proud of them. Yes, they work mainly for the king's army, obviously, but we can't all have stations close to home. Uh, Pardon my rudeness. Just not common for me to get soldiers in the area. Is everything all right? Kind of fine. There's not there's there's a good or bad. There's good or bad in battle. You should know that. I
Like
uh,
so tempted to waste a level 3 slot. I, I'm sorry. It's just been in the back of my head. It would be such a waste, but it'd be funny.
I'd say give it a moment. Maybe if she's leaving. Give her give or take. Little more, little less. A month, 6 weeks. Yeah, yeah, ma'am. The God himself spoke to you. The goddess herself spoke to you. Yes, I recognized the. Well, I mean, everybody in the town should recognize the sigil on your chest, though. A dream eater. That's on the more. Hmm. Are you sure? Hmm. And he kind of makes a very troubled face. I've heard about the necromancers in the woods, and I had just put out a bounty for that. So that's kind of what I thought that you were going to suggest. But dream eaters are a little bit more serious. Normally is only where things start. That's for sure. as Dream Eaters normally follow liches, so if there's a Dream Eater here, there's lich in the area. Or at very least a strong enough one to be viewed from here. Oh, oh, right. Yes. Yeah, that's the best way. That's the best way to describe it with what you know, yeah. Um, he just gets kind of like a more troubled look on his face. Oh, that I don't know the last time that the Shadowfell started interfering with the material plane, but it's not uncommon from what I understand. Uncommon
Wait,
as
so
of
this is the
current time.
mayor?
Yes.
Okay.
Mayor Kinley.
Sorry, not that I would know since I'm not there, but I was just curious.
No, absolutely. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. That is part of what I am here for. L-I. L-I. Yes. This blue-green set is so pretty. I'm trimming over it.
Orville.
Yep. Very valid. Understood. Appreciate that. That's odd for Donovich. Innocent?
Even me?
Maybe.
As my eyes sparkle.
I dropped a charm and I don't know what. He's trying to help, just chaotically, which is fun for me.
I mean, I think I'm providing a decent amount of information.
Yeah, I'd say you're doing great.
I don't know
I
what you're
love it.
talking
Don't
about.
stop.
There's no proof.
I love it. Don't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Can't stop. Addicted to the shindig. No concentration. Well, what do you need from me, darling? I can't help with just information, though I do appreciate it. So don't discredit what I'm saying. I can draft an announcement, an ordinance at very least, though it's gonna have to be an optional ordinance, unfortunately, since not everybody religious freedom and all of that. Not here is Stella. Most, but not all. Right. Well, if the members of the church are some of the ones that are currently on trial, don't you think it might be for the best if we wait? Though I am no holy person myself. I'm blaming you for that being stuck in my head the rest of the night. The Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Like, which version of X's I know? Ah, that's fun. Oh, oh, it can't be worse than the nightmares do, so um, we can. I'm no holy folk. That doesn't mean I don't worship, but I am not necessarily adept in the holy works. What do you believe is the right thing to do? It's technically a temple. You're all good. I can also offer you my guard. They're relatively effective in their work. I do also have the access of some of the Hellsbane mercenary. I've got them on a speed dial, or monster hunters by the name of Wolfsbane. And you would have known the Wolfsbane family because they are quite big on this continent. No, it's a knight order. It's almost like a mercenary knight order.
Oh, it's
Not
probably the vampire nun.
not quite.
Yeah, I mean, he said she was relatively close.
Yeah, not quite. But yeah, she is relatively close. I've got a couple of their mercenaries. Uh, for context, Mr. Hellsbane was in fact a boy on the material plane before he, I guess, earned his godhood. Uh, that being said, he started a band of knights that serve the community like people's knights. They norm they're normally do their work for free or in exchange for favors of such, which I guess makes sense coming from a boy that's a Fey god. But uh, they're super sweet people. This wouldn't be my first time working with the knights.
They'd probably be more inclined to help if knowing I'm here too.
Well, you are an officer, and they do still listen to military rank, so. Ah, well, they might be a little more receptive then, but I can't promise anything. Uh, I can always contact them, or like I said, the monster hunters. Uh, so the Wolfsbane clan is a very large, very well-known monster hunting family. Um, they are known globally, and they are very effective, very cruel uh, monster hunting. You probably as a person wouldn't like them because they are blatantly racist, but you know that they're good at what they do. So it's very hit or miss with them. I happen to agree. I believe so. I happen to agree. They can be quiet. Yeah, they they aren't necessarily known for being nice people. Yes, and that I cannot dock them for. I agree, but I do have some contacts there if we need them. Um, um, I am a war veteran, ma'am. So, yes. The rat pile. Because, for lack of better terms, that is
Rat
what it is.
abomination.
Yeah. That sounds miserable. Kindly, that sounds miserable. Uh, I've heard of I've heard of humunculine creatures like that being made, but I don't think I've ever witnessed them. Looks like it if it got through your chainmail. Because I'm guessing you showed it like the biceps and all of that. Right. Right. It can only do so much. Guinevere! No! No, the Guinevere's trying to kill herself. She just stuck her nose in my coffee and drank it.
Yum.
Sure. She probably thinks it's yummy. I think it's yummy, but she's a dog.
While I meditate, am I still aware of my surroundings?
Mm, mostly, I'd say.
I won't risk it. Oh wait.
We'll write a recommendation and make an announcement after sermon tomorrow. Thank you. It's appreciated, ma'am. I do appreciate the rest of your help as well. Uh, Same to you. Well, then I hope your night here is as restful as it was the other night.
I can say the same.
And I
Well,
think that this is a good spot to call it for the night. I mean, you can, but there's not much that's going to happen throughout the night. If you want to call it in the morning, absolutely. I would still need a con save for both of you because I'm assuming that that was your last stop. Okay. Yeah, I'd say make a con save for both of you then.
is this for sleep?
Yep. Put them in bed.
I got a 19 plus
Yep.
con save. Where's that? Plus one, so 20.
Nice. Nice. Okay. You both pass and get really restful night sleeps, and you can't tell if it's just because you're in the church and you defeated the thing that was probably letting things in last night, or if it's just because you guys were hard at work and faced a nightmare. But you're thankful for it nonetheless. And I am going to say that now is a good spot to end because it is getting late on my side. And the next
Yeah, it's
portion of the
1
day.
a.m. here.
Yeah, exactly. And the next portion of the days are some trigger events. So I want all the time to be able to catch up on those.
Oh boy. I'm gonna be watching a corner.
Well,
Well, hopefully this saves and doesn't like delete my levels spells again.
if it does, we'll make it work. It's all good. Can't stop addicted to shindig. Chop chop, you said some kind of one big. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful rest. You guys have a phenomenal rest of your night, and I will see you next week for more Dungeons and Dragons. Thanks, y'all.